Hey y'all, welcome back. It's good to see you all. Good to be with you all. And by see you, I mean your energy. All right, Divine Holy Spirit of the highest white light consciousness. What do you have for the collective? What does collective need to know? I'm hearing be prepared. What does collective need to know and be made aware of at this time? Please and thank you. I'm hearing generated. What else would you like for us to know, Holy Spirit? Of the divine white light consciousness. I'm hearing we set forth, it was like a hear ye, like a statement being made, and then it was going into this, we set forth possibly on a mission was to follow that. So it's as if something about being set free and then limitations. All right, so is this like the class field trip or something? What's going on here? Do we have to get a permission slip signed? I don't think so, but I don't know, something, I'm hearing grounded. So something's being stated for us as a collective, divine collective. It's like a progression of moving forward as some sort of mission. Hear ye energy. All right. I heard confirmation just now. So this is something we already know or are aware of. Okay, so I'm hearing about our respective missions. So we are talking about the divine collective, that's you and I. So we know we're here for a reason, and possibly we've identified with that and have accepted that mission. I hear knowing is half the battle, so it took us a while to even know and understand what the mission was on our journey. So now that we know, we've accepted, so that's confirmation, whatever mission this is that we're headed on. All right, so, I'm getting like a reference of a tool belt, like we have everything we need, like all the supplies we're going to need, we already have them for whatever this job, this mission is, this I'm hearing soul mission. So this is a mission that has always been from lifetime to lifetime. It's like the same, maybe not the same, but it's along the, the end goal result would be that one common knowledge. It doesn't, many different lifetimes, possibly, there were different paths to get to said goal, but the goal has never changed. So it's like I'm hearing the word recruit now. So that whole, what seemed like a town hall meeting of divine ones who are receiving confirmation that, yeah, okay, I accept the mission sort of thing. So now it's like we're waiting at the airport terminal, even like we're being set out on our different paths. Like you're going to Atlanta, you're going to LA, you're going to, but it's not that. It's like definitely like dimensional, or it could even be timeline energy, perhaps entering upon other timelines by way of dimensions, like headed, like I'm even seeing energy of like going back into time. So, wow, I never saw that or heard that before. So it's like us waiting in the terminal, and it's like some of y'all are about to head back to, I don't know, Egyptian times or something. Like, I know time, time is really an illusion. So, we can't say that, oh, that was so long ago. Like, how can you do that? Well, how is it that people can venture into the future? It's like, it goes both ways. Is the understanding here? And I'm also being led to, that's how information is derived even. So even, it makes sense to me, y'all. Like, there are so many of us with profound gifts. It's like we don't even know what it is to explain it, only that we've experienced it maybe once, or maybe something felt familiar to us, but we just weren't sure. We just thought it was a passing thought or a passing. No, it's like you're actually that person. You're actually that energy, or you have that ability, but it's like it's just kind of placed nonchalant with us. Like we got to worry about, making dinner, doing the laundry, getting to work, waking up in the morning, going through the same routine. Those things, I'm hearing perplexed. So those things happen to kind of just, I'm hearing over-generated. Like it just, you become in that whole little loop of the 3D-isms, is that you just forget who you were, or are, when it comes to like even 5D and dimensions beyond that, and just your abilities. Like, we're not talking about like to be clairvoyant and to be clairsentient and all that good stuff. That's a beautiful thing, but that's like so elementary to a lot of gifts that we actually possess, but have not even really recognized what it is, because there's really no book on this, or there's no one to say, oh, you have, where you can go back into time and pick up information and bring it back to us. You have that gift. We don't know to even say that, to reference that to one another, even though it does happen. It's like, well, why in the hell am I thinking about this? Or why did y'all listen. Even me earlier thinking, like, no, it's actually been on my mind for the last week, but there was this thing to where I would just be captivated by like Indian, but I'm not talking about like Native American Indian. I'm talking about like Hindu. I don't know. I don't mean to sound disrespectful, but it's my ignorance. So Hindu Indians, right? I don't even know. But forgive me for that. But they're the saris, the garb. Before I even knew what to call that or what that was, I would just think of the ladies with the dresses, look like the long dresses with the pants under. But this was at a young age, before I even knew what that was. But I just used to always just be captivated by that. But then it's like, you kind of have to sit and wonder about things like that kind of catch you. And you're like, you have to really dig deep. Like, there's a reason why I've always been attracted to that sort of thing, or that sort of thing really catches my eye, or why do I like this particular type of cuisine? Or, you just have to dig deep, y'all. I'm hearing it's not wonder, but it's amazement. So it's not like wonder, but it's more like just kind of search that reference of what that was that I just talked about and be amazed by it. Not wonder, because you don't have to wonder, because that thought is coming upon you, or that feeling or whatever that is. I'm hearing projection even is coming to you for a reason, but I'm hearing now to identify. That was a lot. That was a lot, but we got it, Spirit. Thank you. Wow. I mean, so it just, I don't want to call it the rabbit hole, because the rabbit hole just seems like, oh, we're about to go down the rabbit hole, because that makes it feel like it might have some conspiracy attached to it. It might be some truths, some untruths, or some, ooh, maybe I went too far off the edge with that one. Let me bring it back. No, this right here, you don't have to wonder. It's an amazement, like, wow. Those discoveries, like what, and it's like undeniable is what it is. You don't have to deny anything about what it is that you're feeling, or you're thinking, or you're being drawn to, or the whys. Yeah. This 3 of Swords flipped over in the deck. I'm going to just pull it out and lay it on the table. But, I don't know if this is Akashic energy even, to go back and venture in lifetimes and wonder, not even wonder. We're removing the word wonder, because we don't have to wonder. This is we heard confirmation in the channeling. So it's not a wonder. So it just, it's like going back and just identifying with that, and just grabbing a hold to and say, that's a piece of me that is wanting me to find it, wanting me to claim it, identify with it, and just keep it moving. And then, I guess the afterthought, once you are able to claim that and identify with it, then what else is there? It's like, not only did I appreciate the sari, the garb that the women wore, but what else does that connect to, right? And you just start connecting your own dots here. Because who's going to tell you this? Who's going to confirm this for you? And it's even like you can go to the best reader, but still it really starts with you. You have to identify that. That reader may be able to say, okay, well, you were an Egyptian soldier, but, the men raped you. I'm sorry. Ooh, I did not mean to say that like that on camera, because I usually trigger warning or I'll spell it out or something, but that was for somebody. Like you were like the strongest female warrior, but you were like the only one, but then the men didn't like that, so they took advantage of you to shame you and rob you of whatever essence was that strength that you had. But you were a warrior amongst men. You were a female warrior. That's for somebody. Hell, that could be for me. All right, y'all, let's get into this reading, see what's happening here. Thank y'all for your likes, your shares, your comments, for going on this venture, this journey with me every time I turn on this camera, y'all. I never know what comes up. It could get ratchet or it could be very enlightening. You just never know here. Okay? All right, here we go, y'all. Here we go. So we have the Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Spirit, tell us more about the Page of Swords. So I'm just hearing truth right now, but I feel like the Page of Swords is like a small inkling of where the truth resides is what's going on with this card. But it's like that tap in. That's that. Oh, so man, okay, so now I maybe understand why it is that I XYZ. So, you know, I wonder if that's connected to the reason why A, B, C, D, you know, it's just doing this right now, this Page of Swords, this embarking on this journey of not even recognizing or understanding who you are, what you are, where you came from, how many lifetimes, who were you, and what did people do to you, how did they treat you, how did you treat others. All of that's going to come along is what I'm understanding here. But it's like the ball had to start rolling here. It's now no longer just a passing thought. Now it's like a reclaiming of the energies that have been like trying to, you know, light bulb moments along your journey, but you just kind of put the light out, or you dim the light on that because you didn't know why you were thinking that, or you never, you know, did the research to understand your attraction to this or that. Well, here we are. Page of Swords, understanding, not understanding, understanding, okay? Understanding. I want to say joy. You know who you are. Thank you for your wisdom and your mentorship. All right. So, and this could be for you. This could be for you. I feel like this is for a lot of us divine ones who finally, it's like the smoke is cleared. Really? Even though the flames are still going on around us, we're not affected, but we were made aware of this in readings ago, that this is, you know, how this would play out. So here we are. Flames are just going up all around us, but we're unaffected. We're unbothered. So right now what we have is that reaching out to identify with those things that we not even second guess, we just didn't know to pay attention to it, that it was something that was screaming at us like, hey, I'm you and you are me, pay attention. But we didn't consider that. But now's the time for all of that. So you might be, you know, identifying with different things right now on your journey that popped up in your childhood and you just kind of put it on the back burner, so to speak, or just never investigated, if I could use that word, never did the discovery. But here we are on the journey to where you've, you know, matured, realized, maximized all this good stuff of who you are, you know, kind of cleared out the bad stuff, healed, did all that. So now this is about you and rediscovery. So there we are, rediscovery. All right, that's the Page of Swords, y'all, at the bottom of the deck. And let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on with this. I don't know if I want to go toward this Emperor here, because it looks like this Emperor has something built around it. I'm hearing even a fort right now. You know, it's even given like a little tent, like a teepee sort of energy, to where this Emperor has been protected, or the Emperor just did not know who they were because they were kept hidden. And then even the Emperor being on their side right now, that's the energy that we're talking about. Like, who are you, divine one? Like, really, at the end of the day, yes, you're chosen. Yes, you're divine. Yes, you're a healer. Yes, you're a light worker. But no, who are you really, like, at the end of the day? Right? It's like segmenting. Segment. I did mention something about Egyptian territory and history and all that good stuff, y'all. So look, listen, we're venturing here. We don't know how far back this is going, because how old are you really? You know? And I was talking to my son about this the other day, like, how is it that people were living like till they were 900 years old? I mean, whether you believe that or not, but if we think metaphorically, or even how we talk about lifetimes, like, how do we not know that back then they identified that, yeah, this is like my 30th tour on the earth, so I'm really actually like 900 years old. How do we know they weren't talking in those sort of terms, right? Whereas us in the 3D, for the commonwealth, I don't know if I can use that, but for generalization, people are only in the 3D looking at that one specific lifetime, which is current, which is now. They're not considering previous, I'm hearing like guest appearances here on this earth. That makes it sound so nice, but this is really not a nice place, is it? It's like a tour. Like, what tour is this for you? Like, you know, like if you're in the service, what tour did you serve? Or I don't know the technical way of asking that, but it sounds like a tour. I don't know if that's Toure, if that's the spelling of that, but that's what this feels like. Like, what tour are you on? Ooh. All right, y'all. So I do feel like I want to stay on this Emperor. What's going on with the Emperor? Let me look and see what's behind the Emperor, and then we're going to see what's kind of, I'm hearing reserved right now, but I gave it like a TP reference or hidden energy, but this is somebody who's now discovering who they really are as an Emperor. They didn't know they were an Emperor per se, but let's see what's behind there. And for me, just so you know, the Emperor would represent like somebody who has maximized, meaning they know a lot and people know that they know a lot. But even right now where you are in your journey, possibly you're being recognized as somebody who's not to be effed with, somebody who knows a lot, but maybe they stay reserved. I don't feel like the Emperor has to do too much because they've already done it and people know their works. Or people know the lineage. They know that they deserve to be in this rightful seat as the Emperor, so nobody's going to challenge that, really. Well, nobody in their right mind is going to challenge that, right? So yeah, let's see what's behind the Emperor. And it's on the side, so there's still some sort of contemplative based on sort of energy here, whether this Emperor is upright or in the reverse. But behind the Emperor, let's just feel the energy out, y'all. We have an Ace of Cups, we have a 10 of Wands, and then we have a Fool card. So I'm seeing like a, what do they call that? Like a tilly-tally. Because I'm looking at the position of the cards, and we have the Fool and the Ace of Cups in the same direction, right? Which would complement one another. New start, new journey, new beginnings, new love, new healing, new whatever. New spiritual gifts, new enlightenments, all of that good stuff. The only thing is the Fool would hold some sort of reservation, but that possibly is why this Emperor is on the side, because them not knowing their full, I'm hearing honor, like they're not knowing their full potential here in order to proclaim or reclaim whatever that energy that comes along with this Emperor stands for, and that would be you, Divine Collective, you standing fully in this Emperor energy, but you have to know what it is that you're reclaiming. But not only that, it's like the how, the what, the when, the why, all of that has to come with it too. I'm hearing something about a full investment. So that means no longer playing games with this. Like, you know, yeah, I'm the shit. Yeah, I can do this. Yeah, I'm that. But it's like, are you taking it serious enough to be able to claim all of that you're claiming? Or is it that you want to claim it, but you're not sure what to claim as the Emperor? But it's telling me that, you know, you definitely are fit to be an Emperor, but it's like, do you feel comfortable sitting in that throne, the Emperor's throne? That's the question. Yeah. All right, so the other card that's facing, or the other two cards that are facing but opposing the energy I just went over, I have the actual Emperor and then the 10 of Wands. But we're talking about completion here. Like whatever activities, whatever it took to get to this Emperor status is done. It's complete. It's complete. But we talked about the Fool card and the Ace of Cups. You got your new start, but it's like the Fool card has let me know, you know, that titter-tatter, wishy-washy energy I was talking about. Like, do you want to sit in this throne? Are you going to take it serious? Are you going to enlighten others? Are you going to do this position as the Emperor justice? Or are you just going to be a seat warmer? Like, what's happening with this? What are you going to do with this? Yeah. Because it's here. I mean, the work is done. It's here. But, you know, we're talking about off of the channeling discovery of who you are and what you stand for from lifetimes ago. And then the acceptance of what it is, that the abilities that you have, that you're able to do, and how you're going to take those abilities and move creation forward. Or are you just going to be a seat warmer? I don't think you would have come this far, collective, with all you've been through, and then knowing you're still like in a ring of fire, but you're fine, you're safe, but it's still like chaos. So maybe that has a lot to do with what's playing out here on the table. It's like, even though you're not where you want to be, and you're an understanding that you just went through a hell of a lot, and you understand that, you know, these things will still occur in your life, but now at least you know how to identify them and how to handle them in the future. But it's like, you know, this is like child's play compared to who you've been previous lifetimes. Like I mentioned, the female soldier who's like the only of her kind, but she got trampled on by the men soldiers because they were jealous. They were insecure of a female standing beside them doing the same thing that they do, and she possibly outperformed them. Or you, collective, if that's you, you outperformed these men as a female back in the day, and they tortured and took it out on you. I mentioned the R word. So maybe connected to that, now you wonder why you possibly get along with men better than you do female, or you're quick to roll up your sleeves and do the work. And you know, you are basically an independent sort of type female, not sort of type. I didn't mean to say it like that, but I feel like people would downplay you a lot. So I feel like this has to do a lot with connecting the dots, as what I spoke with in the channeling. It's like identifying and proclaiming and reclaiming who you are and standing in that energy. And I'm hearing like even you saying like, and it's nothing wrong with that. So this would be things that people thought it was something wrong with it in whatever lifetime this, you know, existed for you. So even if I were to bring up, what is this, like the whole thing, the burning of the witches at the stake, they were burning the wrong people. They were burning the people who were actually helping them, the psychics, the seers. You know, they were torturing the wrong people. They got rid of the wrong people. So that might play into some insecurities that you may have about coming out with your gifts, because you're really tortured. Your soul is tortured from the treatment from before, when you shared your gifts and how you were mishandled and mistreated. Wow. This is deep, y'all. I'm even wanting to kind of discover here, while I have these this spiritual lens on right now, the specific energy that I'm in, like, okay, so what about, you know, what's going on with the Egyptian energy that I picked up on? Like, what happened there? You know, that, you know, your soul would not have healed or have found rest in that time. So therefore you continue this tour that I've mentioned of coming back here to heal from something. So what, Spirit, for example, what would that even have been in the Egyptian time? Somebody who is still making the tours here to heal. But what would be like the final resolution to heal from something from the Egyptian times? I'm hearing multitudes right now. I'm hearing elitist. So automatically, I was seeing like two separate classes, and there was no in between. Either you were like of royalty or you were a peasant. I'm hearing unforgiveness. So this possibly has a lot to do with, I'm hearing your own tribe. So even your own family members not accepting you or looking down on you, or maybe making you feel like you were less than. But you know, everybody should have been chilling. Everybody had gold. Everybody had a place to stay. Everybody had music, had instruments, had a nice palace to live in. But why is it that some family members were made to feel like they were slaves in their own family, like they weren't accepted? So that's where the Egyptian reference came up earlier. So possibly that is attached to like family, and then the unhealed energy from family treating you like a stepchild, like your own family. But everybody should have been good, right? Everybody should have been happy. But there was still an energy of you're not good enough. But that stems from possibly that error. This is interesting, y'all. This just lets me know the weight that has been carried from lifetime to lifetime. So this possibly would help someone start to connect the dots, because maybe you didn't even think to wonder why you felt like an outcast in your own family. It is not because you're ugly. It's not because you smell bad. It's not because you don't look like anybody, which all of those could be true, but that's not really the root of the cause of the reason. It's not even anything that happened in this lifetime. That's the point. It's like, where did this start? Where did this come from? I'm even being shown, like, because I have a natural, like, it looks like a watermark on my chest. So I'm can't even get it out. I'm even being told to have you all consider even markings on your body. Like if you just stand in the mirror, like I can totally see like it looks like a watermark, like a literal watermark on my chest. Because even like it's like a little wave, almost like a curve. And on both sides of that curve, it's like my skin is lighter than on the other side of that. But you know, I've experienced being drowned 3 times in this lifetime. As a child, I almost drowned 3 times. So this is what we're talking about right now with connecting dots, like actually giving yourself the opportunity to question and really be serious about it and wait for the reveal of the answer, and then watch the things start sparking off like, oh, so maybe that's why. Oh, so maybe that's why. And as you reclaim and pick up and hold on and embrace all of these things, I feel like that's where a lot of healing will commence, because you've identified. But it's been there the whole time. You just didn't know to pay attention to it. So even me, y'all, like this didn't just happen here on camera. Like this started, you know, with me maybe 4 days ago. It called me back to kind of think about, well, why is it that I almost drowned 3 times? Or why is this mark on my body like this? And then it had me questioning, like even just now, I didn't even think about it because it's not often that I get into a pool of water like that, like a swimming pool. But I would recall, why is it that when water reaches my neck, I feel like I can't breathe? What is that? So I feel like that's a whole nother thing for me personally. Some of you all may be giving me insight on what that means, because, you know, y'all are gifted, but maybe that'll help you realize and actualize your gifts that you didn't even know it was a gift. All right, y'all. Let's see what this hut is over this emperor. So to the left, let's see what's going on. What's this protection over this emperor? But it feels like it's not a protection that is to keep the emperor safe. I feel like it's to keep the emperor hidden, but it's like, why? Why? Why stay hidden? You're the emperor. Why is the emperor going to be hidden? I don't know where that exists. Emperors, to me, they stand out. Like, if you go to a town, they want to know, well, who's the head of this town? They're going to point to the emperor. That would be you, collective. But why are you hiding? Maybe you're not hiding, but you are hiding, right? Let's see what's over here. I'm going to turn these over. All right, so we have, that was that Eight of Swords I had to take out of the deck. But this is letting me know that something's keeping you bound here with this Eight of Swords energy. And then also she's blinded in this Eight of Swords card. And I'm only saying she because it is a female. She's blinded in this energy. But I feel like the blinded has a lot to do with that Fool card energy, like being blinded to who you really are from lifetimes ago. We have the Two of Wands reverse and the Seven of Cups reverse. 2 and 7 is 9. I'm being called to that. I'm hearing had it not been for with these two. So had it not been for like the flood, or had it not been for the fire, but I'm hearing Roman Empire. I heard that clear as day just now. So y'all, we are talking about venturing back to territories that are not unknown to you, but they are unknown because there has not been that identifying, that discovery of. Now, what's the link with the Roman Empire, Spirit? What's going on with that? I'm wanting to say, what are the chains that bind with the Roman Empire? We found out about the Egyptian chains that bind. That has to do with family. And then, what was it, like a insecurities surrounding you and how family treats you, which could be playing out here today in this lifetime, but possibly started then. So what's with the Roman Empire, Spirit? I heard rooted just now. Okay, so the rooted makes me feel like that's some sort of spell, magic, witchcraft. So I don't know if that was really like popping off in Roman times, the Roman era. I've not researched that. I have no idea. But rooted makes me feel like that's like the base, the foundation of. And we were talking about why someone can't be free, why this emperor energy wants to stay hidden, but it's not even that. It's like they don't even know that they're not free. But they can definitely free themselves. But that, I feel like with this energy, it comes along with healing. But before you can heal, you have to identify what it is that you need to heal from. So with this Roman Empire energy and rooted, what else was it? I heard something about fire and floods, but then that started to give me like some sort of spellcraft, witchcraft sort of energy. Like, what's the fire and the flood energy? I feel like that has to do with like a mass destruction energy. So we don't know what kind of casting was done around Roman Empire times. So that makes me want to kind of see, well, what actually popped off? I mean, were we talking about a lot of wars during that time? A lot of conquering? But how was it being done? Like, really? I know they had spears and weapons and armor and all that kind of stuff, but what really else was going? What kind of potions did they have? What kind of herbalists were working with the team? What kind of, what was being done behind, we would say, closed doors to help win battles, win fights, conquer lands, conquer territories? I'm hearing something about dispel and confuse. Like, what was being done then? Emperor, Divine One, you might know, you might realize what this is because you've had this swirling around you since a child, but you didn't know what it was. I don't know what it was because I can't identify with that. I can't say that, oh, Roman Empire, that's connected to this and this and this. You probably can. So that's something to kind of jog your memory here in regards to what it is that you're holding on to that you need to heal from lifetimes ago. All right, let's see what's going on here on the other side of what felt like possibly protection, but it's not. It's keeping you hidden, but not for good reasons. We have the Wheel card, and then we have the Six of Wands reverse. So this means that, you feel like you've done your good deed and that was it. You might have helped somebody out and that was it. Like you didn't consider this being something that you would kind of carry through, you know, until the end. You just figure, oh, I'm clairvoyant. That's cool, you know? And then that was it. Like that was enough to be able to get you where you needed to be. Which is where, by the way, like that would be my question to you. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, now let's see. What else is here? I got 2 cards over here and 2 cards here. Let me see what's here. We have a 6 of Swords, and then behind that, I'll turn this card over, have a Page of Cups. Spirit, tell me what's going on here. We're talking about an offering, an offering. So I feel like this has to do with ancestral offerings or some sort of offering in order to receive healing and information and all that good stuff. So venerating ancestors, deities, whoever it is that you connect to in this energy, whatever you're being reminded of here in this reading as of why you like this or like that, that means that, you know, I feel like you have people here who are working on your behalf to get you to reclaim or recognize, harness, whatever this knowledge is sitting here waiting for you to reclaim. We were talking about even from childhood, you having these references, but you just didn't know what it was or how to identify it. You didn't even know that it mattered, but now we're at a place to where, yeah, it actually matters. Like it's very significant for right now, for this time. So whatever this is with the 6 of Swords, you kind of being carried through. You're not being carried through on your own might. So I feel like this has to do with you giving up some sort of offering or just recognition even. Just knowing that there's a team of hidden helpers there for you. So what this means is that you possibly, you know, giving back somehow, feeding, giving libations, setting out glasses of water, flowers, whatever it is that's jogging your memory about something, of a particular, I'm getting like a pastry. I'm seeing these little small, like little pastry things. They're like folded into like squares, but they're puffy. And they maybe have like a sprinkle of sugar or something on them. I'm hearing Danish even, but of the country, like Denmark, Danish. I think that's Finland. I don't know, y'all. I'm just giving information. But just setting out maybe little things to let your people know that you hear them, you acknowledge them. Please tell me more. Like, help me. I'm here. I'm with you. You're with me. I get that. So I want to give you this to say thank you. And please don't ever leave my side, right? All right, let's see what these 2 are. We have the King of Pentacles, and then we have the 7 of Pentacles. So I feel like there's just a wealth of information or energy harvesting, but it's a wealth that's you're connected to, but it's like you haven't fully tapped into what this is because you're keeping yourself hidden from yourself. If that makes sense, because completely I feel like that's a good summary. You're hiding from yourself. Like the true nature, true essence of the completion of a wrapping up of a generational sort of exploration of a journey. Whatever that is, you're at the completion of it, but where's that connection? Like, where's this headed? Like, how far can this take you, and how far can this go? Like, it's like this isn't a one-stop shop sort of thing. This is lifetimes. So, you know, that's like on a checklist, that's number 1. Priority is identifying that this ain't your first rodeo. And then also taking into account the whys. Why do I feel this way? Why do I identify with this? Why do I like this? Why do I don't like this? And then, you know, really giving yourself the space and the permission to explore all of those things that are wrapped up in that nice little shell for you to crack. And once it cracks, Everything's wide open. Everything makes sense. So I feel like that King of Pentacles is just waiting for you. And then that Seven of Pentacles is also waiting. But it's like I'm getting a reference of wanting you to endorse the check. You can't endorse this check until you identify who you are. Once you do that and you show the proper ID, like, yes, this is me, you know, talking about your life path, who've you been for all of these lifetimes, these journeys, these tours. Once you identify with that and stand in that, then you can endorse this check over here. So that check could be a reference of whatever comes along, whatever perks come along with being this emperor, period. Period, Pooh. I hope this helps.